What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the KJN Family channel, and I'm back with another mother loving video. As you can tell by that thumbnail and that title, I'm gonna be reacting to Yali for Life video. They posted 4 months ago the story of Maggie Long. I'm new here, you're new here. Click that subscribe, make sure you like, comment for a big shout out on our next posted video. Make sure you click that post notification bell so you stay notified when I post again and again. Okay, let's get right into this video.
It has been nearly 40 years now since Maggie Long was murdered in Park County, and now that investigation has taken a dramatic turn.
The FBI says it's now looking at the teenager's murder as a possible hate crime.
If you talk to her for 5 minutes a day, your day would just be brighter. It was just impossible not to smile around her.
They say whenever working a homicide, the first 48 hours are the most crucial. What if I told you that a homicide occurred, but in the first 48 hours, the victim was placed on a missing poster when the authorities knew she was deceased? Or what if I told you that the first press conference was held 2 months after the incident occurred, and to top it all off, the chief in command himself was vacationing in Florida, all while the investigation was going on? That's the true definition of a botched investigation. An investigation that was conducted poorly. The saying is that no bad deed goes unpunished, and the repercussions for these actions is a laborious investigation, an investigation that is leading basically to nowhere. The authorities refer to...
So, being that they postponed this investigation for so long, they don't even know what happened. They don't even know what really happened. They just got different evidence, different stories, different people, just saying anything, just going along. You see what he said.
This case is not being cold, but how do you define a cold case? Because the authorities of Bailey, Colorado seem to have the wrong definition. This case is cold as the Colorado snow that the crime was committed on. This is the story of Maggie Long, a mystery of Bailey, Colorado.
If you will note the unusually inward large face, you will see that it is yet another example of
the Wizard of Oz.
And as I always say,
Oh, I said the Wizard of Oz. Excuse me. Beauty and the Beast.
That was Maggie participating in theater. In the year 2017, Maggie would be 17 years old. By then, she would have accomplished a lot. Her teachers describe her as someone eager to learn. She had her hands in all sorts of things. Clubs, she got her hands into a lot of things academically. But one of the loves of her life would be theater. Whatever she put her hands in, she strived to be the best. And I mean, it wasn't hard because she learned from the best. Her parents were actually Chinese immigrants who were both born in refugee camps. They would migrate to America. Once in America, they would make the American dream a reality. They would open up several businesses, successfully staking their claim on the restaurant industry. The place that the Long family called home would be Bailey, Colorado. A mountain town, but just beyond those snowy slopes lied a few criminals with hearts as cold as the icicles that hang from the pine trees. On December 1st, Maggie would get up and go about her normal activities, go to school. That day, she had a concert later on, so around 3:30, she would leave school. She would go home in order to retrieve cookies. She had stayed up all night before to cook refreshments for this concert. So she leaves school, goes home to grab these things. But when the concert comes around, Maggie is nowhere to be found. In fact, her own sister was waiting for her in the auditorium. So time elapses and still.
Okay, so far we know Maggie, the 17-year-old Maggie Long, she went to school. She prepared the whole night before, making some refreshments so that she could go to her audition and perform. She went to school as usual, as any other high schooler would do. Just go to school, do their schoolwork, hope to go home, hope to start the next day. But sadly, in between them times, her coming home from school and her going to her audition, she's missing. Where is Maggie Long?
No Maggie, so her sister leaves. But when she gets home, she arrives to a hectic scene. Fire trucks, policemen. If you leave it at home, that could be a very eerie sight to look at. Questions are being asked to the authorities. However, they aren't providing much information. Outside of there being a fire in the home, to the family's knowledge, nothing is wrong. Yet.
So as we know, the sister get home looking for her sister, Maggie Long, and she's nowhere to be found. And there's a fire truck in front of their home. Why? No signs of fire, no signs of break-in. So what's next?
Family does the only thing that they can do, and that's reach out to social media and ask everyone to help them look for Maggie, because at this point she's missing. According to the authorities, there was a small fire at the house and nothing more. So between the hours of 9 and 9:30 p.m., her sister would make a post just notifying the public that her sister is missing and they need help locating her. So the night of December 1st.
Okay, let's stop right there. So Maggie's sister gets home, she looks for her sister, and she's not there. It's a fire truck in front of their house, small fire, no Maggie. What is going on here? What is going on here? Where is she? So, like they said, around 9:30 p.m., her sister starts going on social media and just going about her whereabouts. Where's my sister? Anybody see my sister? Where could she been? You know, anything to find Maggie. Let's finish on with this. This is getting so good.
1st of 2017, Park County Sheriff Office would shut down the scene, as well as fire clearing the scene. The night passes over, day breaks, December 2nd. That is when the family would make a post saying if anyone had seen Maggie between the hours of 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. The post circulates, but the whereabouts of Maggie still remain unknown. Now, Bailey is a small town. It's a small mountain town. Even though it's one of those friendly community places, it's also considered private. People of the town would describe it as people keeping to themselves. They know each other, but there's still a sense of secrecy, but not in a negative way. In a way that the town is small, but you don't really interact with everybody, so there's still strangers around, people you may have seen but don't necessarily know them. December 2nd, daytime passes, as well as the night. Still no Maggie. December 3rd, 2017, Park County Sheriff's Office would release a statement basically saying that due to the nature of the situation, they won't be releasing any further information pertaining to the whereabouts of Maggie. Now, in a small town like this, all the local reporters are eager for a story. So they're searching for information, any information that they can dig up on Maggie's whereabouts. Well, after the Park County Sheriff Office releases this statement, it just further intensifies the eagerness that they have to actually get to the bottom of what happened.
So you trying to tell me Maggie leaves school, she's going back home to get some cookies, and nobody sees her? Not even a friend from school, a neighbor? You said that the town that they're in is small, and that everybody's seen everybody, but they don't know anybody. So what's really going on here? Well, her neighbor got her or something? This is getting beyond me, y'all. If you like that video so far, I'm not done yet. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you give a comment down below on how you feel on this video. I want to know how you feel, because I'm confused here too. Where I'm going home for some cookies. and I'm just missing? This is ridiculous. This is why growing up, like for us in our generation, we always going home or going to school with friends. Like it's never like you by yourself. So future reference for those young kids that's out there, make sure that you always have a friend, your cousins, anybody walk with you to school, walk with you home, just for your own safety.
So the local media gets in contact with the Park County Sheriff's Office, but when they contact them, the answers that they are given to the questions that they asked weren't exactly what they were expecting. They asked if a body was found on the scene. They replied no, there was nobody found on the scene. There was a fire cleared, and they're not releasing any more information at this time. Basically quoting the statement that they released that morning verbatim. The very next day, on December 4th, a gag order would be issued, blocking any further information from being released publicly, even if it's detrimental to the case. If you know about it, you can't speak on it. You're gonna find out why that was a...
Like he said, we're gonna find out why this was all said and done, but let's just go back a little bit. So, with Maggie's sister go home to find that it was a fire truck and it was a small fire, but Maggie is not in there. Why they don't want to release what really happened? Why they don't want to release what was the cause? Why they don't want to release who done this? Is this a cover-up? Is this a cover-up for Maggie to throw us off, to get us all distracted of what's really going on with this 17-year-old Maggie Long?
A very bad idea in just a little while. December 4th closes. The gag order is in full effect. So a few days will pass. 5th, 6th. Then on the 7th, they would make their big announcement. Now realize that this happened on December 1st, but from the 1st until December the 7th, all the surrounding community knew is that Maggie was missing and nothing more. The gag order was only issued to reinforce the barricade that was already built around the case. This just kept the media from releasing anything that they may have known. So December 7th, Park County Sheriff's Office proudly posts a bulletin saying that Maggie's remains were found inside of the home, as well as items being missing from the home. There were a few guns took and ammunition. On this...
Okay, we stop right there. Maggie's sister gets home, find a fire truck, small fire, no sister. 7 days later, fire department's going to release to the news that there was a body in there. It was Maggie's Long body. Let alone that, it was missing items missing out of the home. So, like I go back and I said, is this a cover-up? Is they doing this to side distract us for what's really going on?
This bulletin, they would also release the description of a couple of vehicles to be on the lookout for. And then they would say, I'ma head out. Once again, leaving the entire community in the dark with nothing but questions. Because now we know that Maggie is found, but now we don't know what happened or why it happened.
We have new details in the case of Maggie Long. She is a 17-year-old Bailey girl who was found dead inside her burned-out home after being reported missing in December. Sally Mamdou is live in Bailey tonight. Sally, guns and a safe were stolen from that home the night the fire happened.
That's right, Shannon. But let me tell you first, Park County Sheriff's Office held a press conference today for the first time since 17-year-old Maggie Long's death that happened at the end of last year. We're now hearing about this because they tell us they placed a gag order at the beginning of this case in fear of jeopardizing this investigation. However, today, investigators released to us some of the images of the items believed to have been stolen from Maggie Long's home the day she was murdered. Take a look at those items. The sheriff says green jade figures, an AK-47, and 9 9mm Beretta handgun and a green safe were all missing from the home the day she was murdered. Here's what we know. Maggie's body was discovered December 1st inside her home that was burned. Today, her autopsy report was not made available to us because the sheriff says the report could tip off the suspect or suspects. Now, during this press conference, a $20,000 reward has been announced, and it's offered to anyone that could lead the sheriff's office or the task force to the...
So now they don't want to release any more information because they might piss off the suspect. He might run away or something. We're trying to figure out what's really going on with this girl. Why is they playing games? Why is they playing games with this girl in life? Like, it doesn't matter. They found guns. So obviously they on to kill the next person. How long you gonna wait? It's already been 7 days. You already try to cover it up. Like, I don't understand. If you understand, make sure you give a comment.
The arrest of the person or people responsible for Maggie Long's death. Maggie was a senior at Platt High School. The day she was murdered, Jeff plans to attend a concert but never showed up. The FBI, that's part of the task force dedicated to investigating this case, wanted to inform the public that no piece of information is too small to share with authorities. They wanted anyone that saw anything to come forward.
Someone out there may have noticed a change in someone that they know. And this change could be anything from a change in their normal routine.
Being that they found the evidence and they found the items that were stolen, supposedly, and they found her body. Now they want to let's go around the community and whoever acts weird is the person who did it. Like, are you serious? Are you kidding me?
Anyone with information is urged to call this tip line here, 303-239-4243. Again, it's 303-239-4243. And there was still a lot of unanswered questions during that press conference. Many of the community members were asking the sheriff today why the information that they released today was not released earlier in the investigation, because they believe this suspect had firearms on him. But the sheriff told the media and the people that attended this press conference, members of the community, that he had, based on the information that he had no information during this investigation at the beginning when all of this went down to believe that the public was in any kind of danger. For now, we are live in Bailey. I'm Sally Memphis, Denver 7. Thank you, Sally.
So the Park County Sheriff's Office doesn't believe that anyone was in immediate danger. I find that hard to believe because they knew good and well that on December 1st, this was a homicide from the moment they stepped on the scene and found her remains. Now, how do I know that they knew that this was a homicide? Well, you don't have to look far. Just look at the 911 call. The 911 call was actually placed from a tenant who was renting out the apartment that's located in the attic of the residence. So around 7 p.m., the tenant places a call to 911. He tells the dispatch that people downstairs were being loud, they were breaking things, and it sounds like that they were setting things on fire. But there was no way in hell that he was going downstairs. So they dispatched the police to the residence as well as fire, but they aren't able to get him out of the attic until a full hour.